Hi, this is Miller Rhodes, and I want to talk today about what is your New Year resolution. Now, what I want to do to include you is you're welcome to put a YouTube video or a list or some comment underneath this video, whether it be on Facebook or on YouTube, talking about what your New Year's resolution is. And as long as it's something about that, then it's okay if links appear as long as they're to YouTube videos. I'm getting a running start on my New Year's resolution because I feel like don't just start on January 1st, begin to lay the groundwork before you begin, working on your New Year's resolution. And what I'm going to do on this Google Hangout is I'm going to go through a list of how I structure the things I want to accomplish. Because I think if you look at things from a holistic perspective, you can put it all together and it's going to help you to be more effective in terms of reaching your resolution. Now, also, it has been shown that if you write things down, you'll be way more likely to accomplish your goals. Things written down are more like goals. Things that aren't written down are more like wishes or hopes. And it's okay to have wishes and hopes, but if you want to get tangible results, it's good to write things down and have ways of measuring your progress. Also, something that I'm going to emphasize in this video is you want to feel like you're making progress. It's one thing you can see it on paper. Maybe you got things you can measure. If you're trying to lose weight, then if you've lost a pound or two, you're making progress. If you're trying to save more money, you see your bank account going up, you've made progress. But we want to feel like we're making progress in areas of our life, especially if we're working on something where maybe we're not going to see too much of a result for several weeks or a couple months before we really start to gain any traction. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to a document that I created so that I can walk through that document. And if you just hang with me for a little while, I promise you that you're going to get a lot out of this, and we'll create some sort of an open forum or a dialogue where other people can share their New Year's resolutions as well. And you'll see what is my New Year's resolution. And, we can talk about what is a New Year's resolution. In fact, let me get to that real quick. What is the definition of a New Year's resolution? It's a goal to begin some sort of positive behavior that's going to improve you, some form of personal development, some form of personal improvement, or to cease a bad behavior that has been undermining you or working against you, getting in the way of the things that you want to accomplish. And that's the simplest definition I can come up with. And January 1st being the beginning of a new year, tends to be a good time for us to start new things. We always want to start the beginning of something, the beginning of the month, in the morning, something like that. So that's when most people tend to do their New Year's resolutions. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you my list, and then we'll talk about it a little, or I'll talk about it. So, okay, so here we are. These are my New Year's resolutions, which we'll call goals. And I like to take a holistic approach. The way I feel like I'm making progress is I look at these 6 areas of making progress. And when I'm working on these 6 areas all at once, what happens is small improvements in each of these areas tends to be cumulative. You take small improvements in each of these areas and put them together, and after a week or two, you will feel like you've made some type of progress. So the first thing is the financial. We all want to make more money, save more money. Me, I still have some debt from the past, and I've been paying that off aggressively. And I really want to pay off all of it, but to having a realistic, to me as an optimistic / realistic goal is I want to pay off 50% or more of my remaining debt. If I do better than that, great, over the course of 2015. Also, I have some things that I do online from home to generate additional revenue stream on top of my job. And I want to build those revenue streams bigger. I want to make more money. I want to, which will help with the debt thing. And by the way, if you're looking for mentoring and you want to know what I do to generate additional income, then check out the link below. It's whoismillerrhodes.com. And that'll tell you what I'm currently working on. And there are a couple of things I do. So sometimes I'll move different things through there. But there's just one or two things that I do to generate income or additional income from home. So we want to be making financial progress. Another thing we can do, and I'll just go ahead and type it here, is also save more money. And some advice I've given in another video is that if you're broke or you feel like you really can't save money, you can start with as little as $5 a week. And just forget that you even have it. A regular means of savings is the surest way to accumulate wealth. And you'll be surprised at how fast it accumulates. And if you happen to get a bonus or have some money land in your lap or someone gives you some money, add to that fund. You'll find that you're going to have a whole lot more freedom and choices if you begin to accumulate some money in the bank. And then you'll be in a position to perhaps take advantage of something that might take a little bit more money if it turns out it's going to put you in a position to make more money. Now let's move to the physical. I always tend to be more creative, and my mind tends to work better if I'm exercising regularly and I'm in better physical condition. I sleep better, just function all around better with physical. So I want to continue an exercise program that I began. I want to push myself harder in the gym. And because I've noticed I've started feeling better and I'm starting to perform better in other areas of my life. My mind is clearer, works faster. And also I want to lose weight, like a lot of people. And I think that if I were to lose around 20 pounds, that's also going to make me feel better. And a lot of clothing is going to fit me better. So I want to lose 20 pounds, but over the course of the year. So, what is that? That's a little bit less than 2 pounds a month. Well, that's a pretty achievable goal. I've already been getting a running start. I've already began to eat right. I'm eating foods I like, but I'm eating responsibly. I've done some research on that, and I've been making it to the gym at least 5 days a week and staying in there at least for around 90 minutes, and I'm exercising and I have a good exercise routine. Mental. So we want to, you might think you're smart, you might think you're dumb, you might think you're somewhere in between, but we can all be more mentally sharp, and that's going to help us also in the other areas of life. So I actually bought a program a number of years ago called Optimization by a guy named Stephen Pierce. He's an internet marketer, but for some reason he had developed this program, and it blew me away how well it works. The first CD you get is supposed to improve your IQ and how fast you process things. And you start out listening to it 20 minutes a day and work up to an hour a day over the course of a month. And what I found myself doing when I was really into it was, rather than listening to music at work, I would just basically listen to that for 2 to 3 hours. Now, you can't start out listening to it that much because your head will hurt. You actually have to build up to it. But I would listen to it, and I'm a programmer and I have to solve problems at work every day. And I found that solutions were just coming to me faster, and I was becoming more creative. So this product isn't even sold anymore, but it works incredibly well. And so if you want to get your hands on it, I think by now you could probably just message me and we'll work out something where I'll just copy one of the CDs and send it to you because I tried to go and become an affiliate to sell this product, and you can't even sell it or buy it anymore, which is crazy because it's one of the better things that I bought in terms of how effective it's been. And then there's one that helps with depression. There's one that helps you be more creative. There's one that helps you think more like a millionaire. And they're all just fantastic. There's even one that you listen to when you're studying and you're supposed to retain information better. So I really highly recommend this. And so what I've done is I've started listening to these again because I noticed that it just optimizes your mental performance. So I'm real big on this. And in the broader area, there's something called brain entrainment, where you listen to tones and other sounds on a CD or a tape, and that helps you to raise your level of mental functioning. Now, I think that everyone, even if you're atheist or agnostic, you could be a little spiritual. Now, me, I'm very spiritual. So, and I've found that it helps me to deal with stress better. If I'm more spiritual, I found that I have a more optimistic perspective on life. I tend to have an expectation or more positive results in the things I undertake. So for me personally, I want to go to church regularly and pray more. And that's what I want to do. So whatever is going on with you spiritually, find a way to improve in this area if you can, even if it's just come up with some affirmations and say those affirmations on a daily basis, and delve into that area. But like I said, I deal with a holistic approach, and I found that improvement in these 6 areas, it all works together. And it's kind of a thing where 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 2,000. If you're working in all of these areas, and you're always going to be focused on maybe 1 or 2 more than the others at any given time, but always doing a little in each area, it really works well. Now, emotional. Really, emotional stability is a measure of maturity. And me, I'm a really emotional person, but I found that by developing myself emotionally, doing personal development, taking a more mature perspective on what's going on in the world. There's a lot of negative news out there. I avoid the news. I avoid reading negative stuff because I'm trying to accomplish positive things. Unless I'm going to go out and save the world, which I can't do right now, those types of things tend to undermine me. So by developing yourself emotionally, doing personal development, reading personal development books, connecting with people more, and getting positive results in your life will help you to manage stress better, and you'll have a more optimistic outlook. And I'm into the law of attraction, and the law of attraction tends to work best in terms of what you want to happen when you have a positive expectation of what is to happen in your life and whether you're going to accomplish your goals or not. Don't set goals unless you just plain expect you're going to accomplish them. Don't hope you're going to accomplish them. Expect you're going to accomplish those goals. And then finally, social. This is something new that came to me, but I found that it's a lot easier to get jobs, and you're also more, financially independent when you have a big network, both professional and if you're into entrepreneurial things, entrepreneurial. I have a growing network of people who are doing things entrepreneurially that is starting to work in my favor and help me to achieve higher levels of financial gain and higher levels of emotional gain and social gain. So meet new people online and in other places that you can, and expand your network. So you'll find that you'll be way less stressed. If you happen to need to find another job or you're starting a new business, having a large network of people who can lean on you, that you can lean on, that can help you out, give you perspective, even patronize your business is going to help you out. So if you can define, at least 5 of these 6 things, or even 4 of the 6, if you can define some goals in these areas and organize them in that way, then even if some are smaller than others, that's going to help you out quite a bit in terms of your New Year's resolution. And, these are mine. And I think what's going to happen is you'll find you'll get better results. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Let me stop sharing my screen. And okay, so now here I am back on the Hangout. And I wanted to thank you for being here with me today. And I will catch up with you next time and maybe give some progress reports. And once again, tell me, what is your New Year's, or what is your New Year resolution? What's your New Year's resolution? And we'll go from there. It's always good to support each other and lift each other up. All right. I appreciate your time.